welcome to this episode of Dungeon Dives, where we'll be putting on our expedition hats as we delve into the ancient lair known as Uldaman. Now before we begin, I'm going to be doing something a bit different where I'll be showing you guys the maps where each boss and quest item is located in the dungeon. If you want to get a better look at them, you can click the link in the description. Now on with the video, and let's start with the quests. And of course, we're going to start with the Alliance. Go to the Hall of Explorers and pick up Reclaimed Treasures, the Lost Dwarves, and Iron Band Wants You. The Iron Band Wants You starts a quest chain that sends you over to Loch Modan to get Find Agmund. Now, he should be somewhere around here. Oh, there he is. Kill the Trogg that killed him, and then go back to Loch Modan and get Agmund's fate. While in Loch Modan, grab Badlands Reagent Run and kill a bunch of mobs, and then go back to the Dwarf and get Uldaman Reagent Run. Lastly, interact with this map in the Badlands, and then talk to Prospector Rydell for a Sign of Hope. The Horde version of Reclaimed Treasures is from the Undercity, and the Horde version of Uldaman Reagent Run starts in the Badlands, so you need to do Badlands Reagent Run first, just like the Alliance. You can get necklace recovery from Dran droppers in the Drag, and I'll talk more about this quest later. For neutral quests, we got Solution of Doom, which is given to you by Third and the Lost in the Badlands, and this is actually a really important quest because it gives you the Skull of Impending Doom, which is a great item for PvP. We also can get Power Stones from Wrigglefizz. So in order to reduce the amount of times we have to run a dungeon, I suggest grinding dwarves outside of the instance to get the Shattered Necklace. Now this item is for necklace recovery for Horde, and it starts the Shattered Necklace for Alliance. For the Horde, take it back to Dran droppers in the Drag, and then go back into Uldaman to find a corpse, and then talk to a troll in Kargath, and then run the dungeon again to find some gems and a power source. I'll go more in depth on where to get the gems during the walkthrough. It's pretty much the same thing for the Alliance once you get the necklace. The only difference is Tavish Del Kissel, the gnome that you gave the necklace to, requires you give him 5 silver bars, which might be difficult to get your hands on. What's great about the Alliance version too is the gems and the power source are 2 separate quests. So that means you need to get the gems and then use the File of Scrying given to you by Tavish Del Kissel to accept the next quest to get the power source quest. Okay, now let's knock out all the non-instance parts of the dungeon. Horde, go down this route so you can do the Reclaiming Treasures quest. Both factions also need to pick up mushrooms for the reagent run, and don't worry if you don't get them all because you can grab them in the dungeon as well. Both factions also need to grab the artifact in this box for the Solution of Doom quest located here. Alliance, loot the urns around the place for Agmund's fate, and these are also in the actual dungeon too, so don't worry if you don't get them all. Head on over here for your Reclaimed Treasures quest, and then talk to this dwarf for a Sign of Hope, and then go towards the direction where the Solution of Doom chest was and kill this dwarf. Go back to the dwarf in the Badlands, and then go back to Ironforge to the Hall of Explorers, and then talk to this dwarf, and then talk to this dwarf, and we're not even done yet. Go kill an elite elemental named Infernus in the Badlands, and then go back to Ironforge, and now you finally have the quest, Tablet of Will. Okay, we've covered every single quest. Now we can't—
But Platinum, what about the mage quests?
Look, we've talked about enough quests, and who the hell plays a mage anyways? I'll link the quest line in the description because it is pretty straightforward. So Uldaman can be a bit deceiving for new players because the mobs at the start of the dungeon are level 36, but by the end you're going to be facing level 44 mobs, and the last boss is level 47. So for this reason, it's better just to be like 43 plus and roll through the first half of the dungeon so you'll be able to do the second half. The higher level you are, the better. Warlocks and especially mages are good for this dungeon because there's large groups of non-elite mobs where AoE is really helpful. Welcome to Uldaman. Head left and meet up with the 3 dwarves. Alliance can get a quest from them and you can complete it later in the dungeon. These guys are a reference to the Lost Vikings game, which is one of the first games Blizzard ever made. And of course Horde can murder them for their loot. They drop a sword, helm, boots, shield, and the Oil of Olaf? Don't forget to grab the Topaz gem in this room and the chest on the table for the medallion. Head back into the main room and turn right and kill Revlash. If you keep walking forward here, you can interact with the dead paladin if you're on that part of the long complicated quest chain for Alliance and Horde. He drops boots, gloves, and shoulders, all with random bonuses, and the shaft of the scepter. The medallion and the shaft might just have some random gibberish names, but when you spell it in reverse, you get another reference. Combine them together to make the Staff of Prehistoria. Before you use it, make sure you clear every single mob in sight in this room. There's even stealth adds here too, so wander around and make sure you aggro them onto you, because when you place the staff, it summons the next boss and aggroes all the mobs in the area to you as well. Place the staff in the keyhole in the tiny town, it will conjure a beam of light to summon Iron Aya. This reminds me of something too. Something from a movie, you know, where there's this guy and he's got a whip and she's easy to kill and drops cloth legs, mail bracers, and a staff. Alliance should walk into the room she was in to complete the quest that was given to you by the Vikings. Now you can follow this route and talk to Honora if you need her. She's needed to level enchanting and she's a master enchanter. In fact, she's the only enchanter in the game you can learn artisan enchanting from. And for some reason, she's in a pit full of scorpions.
Alright. Well, you're screwing around with your enchanting. We're going further in the dungeon.
Alright, see you later, man. So, what you be doing in this place anyways?
I supply only the finest goods.
Okay, well, can you teach me some new recipes?
Help! We're swarmed down here.
Sorry, gotta go, man. I'll see you later.
See you around.
Excuse me? Wait, what are you doing, man? Oh my goodness, by Thrall's balls! Move on to the next room, which has a bunch of stone dwarves in it. Pull each pack of dwarves carefully, and the white ones are casters, so try and LOS them the best you can, and kill them first. The best way to deal with the large packs of non-elite mobs like this is have a mage or warlock use their AoE abilities and have your healer focus them. Priests would be best at this since they do have power word shield and really fast heals. The Ancient Stonekeeper is a boss, and he summons tornadoes which you probably shouldn't stand in. He spawns them on top of himself, so you want to slowly kite him around and make sure you stay within LOS range of your healer because there are a lot of pillars. He drops plate hands and mail shoulders. Now, you can head over in this direction to kill the Obsidian Sentinel, but he doesn't drop any loot and he's only needed for the mage quest. The Sentinel reflects spells and summons adds. Just focus him down and you should be fine. There is a hidden back entrance to the dungeon behind him if you need to repair or sell items or anything like that. Mosey on over to this direction to go to the dwarf room. This place is pretty packed, so make sure you're pulling the mobs out of the room so you don't accidentally pull more than you can handle. Galgon Flamehammer is pulled with 2 other dwarves. Ideally, you'd be CCing them. Range, stay far away because he does have an area of effect spell, and this spell the debuff on the tank that increases fire damage taken. He drops a cape, gun, hammer, and cloth shoulders. In this room there is the Tablet of Will that the Alliance will need and the Shadowforge cache for the Shattered Necklace Ruby. Now before you open it, a group of stealth adds will spawn and will start attacking you, so you want to be prepared for that so you're not caught off guard. Head through this pathway, and this is where you need to start being careful because the mobs are a lot higher level here. Hang a left and you'll run into Grimlock and his goons. This guy is pretty difficult because he's pulled with his 2 guards and his Basilisk pet. You should CC the Basilisk and his guards and focus him down. If your group is lacking in the CC department, I just focus on the Basilisk because he does have an annoying hibernate. Grimlock should be your next priority because he has got some nasty spells but a low health pool so you can kill him really quick. He drops leather legs, a cloth chest, a polearm, and a magazine called Chicks Galore.
Chicks galore, huh?
I didn't even know they had magazines like that.
There's also the final gem needed for the Find the Gems and the Power Source quest for Horde, and the Find the Gems for the Alliance. For the Alliance, remember to use the file given to you to accept the next part of the quest. Okay, we're almost done folks, now on to the really hard parts. These next packs are 5 non-elite dwarves and golems. Kill the white dwarf first, have a mage or warlock be AoEing, and kill the golem last. When you get into this big room, have 3 members of your party click on the altar in the middle. All 4 golems around it will start animating, and you'll need to kill them one by one. When they die, they deal 800 damage to the players around them, so range should stay away. There is no breaks between each group of golems, so this will be a test of your healer's mana management and your group's endurance. Head further down and deal with more dwarf packs, and then you'll finally face the final boss. This has to be one of my favorite bosses in any leveling dungeon because it's actually really hard and requires a lot of teamwork. First off, he's level 47, so he's going to be hitting really hard. And during the fight, he'll animate the dwarves around him, so you'll need to deal with ad management during the fight. Now, have your tank and 1 DPS stay on the boss, while the 2 other DPS focus on dealing with these ads. When Arcadus drops to 50%, he'll summon 6 dwarfs at the same time. At this point, all DPS should be dealing with the ads while the tank stays on the boss. Once the large pack is dealt with, have your 3rd DPS move back to the boss while the other 2 DPS continue to work on ads if needed. And when Arcadus drops to low health, he'll summon 2 elite golems. At this point, all your DPS should go all in on Arcadus and focus him down as fast as possible because these golems despawn once he dies. This fight is really hard, but when you get him down, it's a great feeling. And he drops a ring, a 2-handed mace, a 2-handed sword, and the power source quest item. And you know this dungeon's good too because at the end there's a treasure room, and in the chest here there's some green items you can share with your party, and the platinum discs. Oh wait, that's me! Interact with the discs to get a quest, to talk to a hologram guy on the left, and he'll just talk about lore for like 5 hours, so we can just like, yeah, no thanks. Okay, you've delved into the ancient ruins of Uldaman. Enjoy all the sweet loot you got, and XP for all your hard work.
For the Horde!
Hi there, thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you to my amazing patrons like Azito, sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude, McSpazatron, Milwaukee, June Laster, Lagging Balls, Zero, and Garuku Blue Moon. And thank you to all these other amazing people too, and you can consider supporting me if you check my link down in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm still not in the beta, still waiting Blizzard, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.